Hey guys, Darkrai91 here with I'm doing something that I normally don't do. This is I know a lot of other people have done this, but because I was having trouble finding the episode online, the website that I usually use for some reason it wasn't working tonight, so I had to go on YouTube and watch the episode, which I did watch the episode. I'm doing this minutes after doing my review to episode 61, and I was gonna go back online to see if I can watch it, but then I remembered I couldn't because I had to watch it on YouTube. So then I remembered when Geekdom he does his episode of reviews on the preview, and he does his predictions. There's this channel that he watches, and it's the person that I have here. His name is Harry Price. He does he puts up the previews, or the previews to the next episode the same night that the previous episode aired. So tonight was episode 61. He put up what you have here, the preview to episode 62. And I just want to say this is all his. I'm doing my review for episode 62 because I couldn't do it normally. I'm hoping that this is just the one time that I get to do it, and I want to make sure that this isn't too loud. But here you see Trunks in his new transformation, still with no pupils. Like I said in my preview, that after having his brand new transformation, he had no pupils. He had the giant aura around him, and he kind of looked like Super Trunks, but he wasn't as buff and muscular as he was in the episode that he wanted Vegeta to train him, and in the episode, or in the Cell Saga, when he first went to Super Saiyan grade 3, and everybody likes to call the Super Trunks. But let's just get into it. I've already watched it twice. The first time I watched it, because I didn't it was with no subtitles because I forgot to put the subtitles on. Then I put on the subtitles. But before I played in the preview for episode 62, we see Trunks doing quote unquote it. In Dragon Ball video games, one of Goku's grabbing moves is called the Dragon Throw, and that's what he has Black on his he grabs Black by his ankles and starts spinning him around, and then he lets him go, and he ends up hitting a building or the floor, or whatever. So I'm just gonna play it, and I'll let you guys see what I'm talking about. So right there, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Him and Black Goku are still fighting, and he grabs him by the ankle, and he spins him around, and then what you just previously saw was that Black kicked Trunks in the stomach. So because of how everything went down in episode 61, Goku, Vegeta, and Bulma go back into the past to find a way and how they can beat Zamasu and Black. So here we see Chi Chi and Krillin's back to work. And I guess after the tournament, there was just no use for them to be anymore. The last time we actually saw them was not the tournament, was the training that Goku and Piccolo were supposed to do, and Krillin came to the spot they were at, and he was mentioning that future Trunks came back. Goku heard, he teleported over there, and then Krillin was the one that had to do the training with Trunks, or not with Trunks, with Piccolo. And honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen between the conversation of Chi Chi and Krillin. I'm hoping, you know, it'll probably be something along the lines of Chi Chi telling Krillin that he needs to go help Goku with this fight. That she doesn't want him to die, and even though this fight is out of Krillin's lead big time, even though he's tried to fight Cell, he's tried to fight Boo, he's tried to fight Super Android 17, he's tried to fight Broly and Bojack and everybody. But play it and let you guys continue with the preview. So, whoa, we saw that Goku is still on the ground. I doesn't look like they have left yet. So I'm gonna rewind it and see if I can pause it on the part where Goku's still on the ground. So yeah, Goku's still on the ground. So it kind of looks like that they're still in the future and they haven't left yet. And then right after that, we see Vegeta. He looks at Goku on the ground, passed out, and you can see that right there by his symbol on the back of his gi. That's where Black had gone in and shot a ki blast through him. And here, but he won't last against two opponents. And I'm pretty sure this is what Vegeta's thinking. It's like, oh, yes, Trunks has this new transformation. It seems like he's holding up fairly against Zamasu and Black, or just Black, as we saw in the beginning. But I'm pretty sure Vegeta's thinking, he's not going to be able to fare against against two opponents. That he may do good against one, but 2 against 1 isn't just fair. He's ends up going to get hurt, or even worse, die in the fight. So here, this is what I was talking about. The new transformation that Trunks has. So with this transformation, and he underwent a big transformation, and I compared it to the transformation that Black had when they went into the past, the future, the very first time. I believe it was episode 57 or episode 58. When Black first showed them the transformation of Super Saiyan Rose. It was basically something along that nature, but his was just way more cooler. And then after the transformation, he's walking, he's breaking the ground, he's got no pupils, as I said, and according to Herms98 on Twitter, he said, or he described it as Trunks going the polar opposite of Super Saiyan God. And I don't know what that means. I don't know. I know what polar opposites are. It's like north and south, east and west. But I don't understand what he means by polar opposites of Super Saiyan God. I'm hoping that by next week we get an explanation of how this transformation underwent. So there, we hear Goku say, "Sorry, just please hold on until we get back." What he means by that is that him, Vegeta, and Bulma, as I said a little while ago at the beginning of the episode, the preview, was that they go back because they need to find a way in order to defeat Black and Zamasu. Zamasu's immortal, which is the number one reason why they can't defeat Zamasu. 2, they can't defeat Black because every time he gets hit, according to Zamasu and Black, every time he gets hit, he just grows even stronger. And then here, where I paused it, I was trying to pause it very quickly, we see Gohan and Chi-Chi. I'm pretty sure Chi-Chi wants to go see what's going on, or go to Kami House, or go to the future with them. I'm honestly not sure. But to see Chi-Chi and Gohan, and I'm pretty sure the only reason why we're going to see Gohan in this episode is to fly Chi-Chi somewhere, because Gohan has been irrelevant since the the resurrection of F Arc. He really has. He's been very irrelevant. But the last time we saw him was when the future Trunks first came into the past. They were talking, Trunks saw him coming out of school. They were sitting on the bench eating ice cream. So that was the last time we saw Gohan. And like I said, my prediction and what's gonna be going on with everybody, because everybody's gonna be involved with this. I don't know what's gonna happen, how they're gonna be involved, but from what I see in this preview, and I'm hoping I'm wrong, because I want Gohan to do a little something. I know he's not the same as he was in the Buu saga, but I want him to do something. But if I'm wrong, I'm just hoping that I'm not wrong. But it seems like in this still frame, he's only gonna be used to fly Chi Chi places because Chi Chi can't fly. If anything, Gohan can teach Chi Chi how to fly the same way he taught Videl how to fly in the Buu saga. It's the same thing. They're both humans, but they can still fly. So I'm just gonna play it and continue. Oh, there we saw Beerus, Whis, and Gowasu. I guess they're in Universe 10 again. And we see it kind of like Beerus was dancing. We see Piccolo, Krillin, and Trunks, and then Back to the Future. And then episode 62 title. Next is called I'll Protect the World. Trunks' Angry Superpower Explosion. And I guess this is all my prediction. I know I'm gonna be wrong and what's gonna happen next week, but I had Beerus and Whis go back to Universe 10 to speak to Gowasu about Zamasu or some other things that went on. But I don't know. We're gonna have to wait. And then we see Master Roshi, and we got a bunch of spoilers. We got like 2 major spoilers of what's gonna go on. One of the I don't know if I want to say it though. No, you know what? I'm not gonna say it because there's a bunch of videos that are on the internet right now. Like if you go to Rhyme Style, if you go to D3DB HD, if you go to Unreal ENT Gaming, if you go to Geekdom 101, they all have the spoilers. Or if you go on Twitter, you go to Herms98 on Twitter. They all have the spoilers of what's gonna happen in episode 62. So I will say this though. He's gonna be a big part of episode 62. Whether it's in the middle or whether it's towards the end. I know it's not going to be at the beginning because the beginning is going to be the continuation of Super Duper Trunks, if you want to say it, but it's going to be the continuation of Trunks versus Black and Zamasu, and maybe Vegeta will be in the mix of it because it kind of looked like Vegeta wanted to be in the middle of it. But Master Roshi will be a big part, and I believe Piccolo will be a part of it as well. So Master, you gotta keep an eye out on Master Roshi, keep an eye out on Piccolo, keep an eye out on Whis and Beerus, and then also keep a big eye out on Trunks to see how the fight continues, since Vegeta, Trunks, and Bulma are gonna go back in the past. So that was my review of the preview to episode 62 and some kind of predictions here and there. But again, I want to say thank you to Harry Price for having this on YouTube. I'm able to do the review of the preview to episode 62. I want to say thank you to Herms98 for doing the translations. I hope you guys enjoyed this this video. Like I said, it was something new because this week I just couldn't find the episode online. My usual website was just wonky and it wasn't working, and I had to watch episode 62 or episode 61 on YouTube, and I usually don't. But subscribe if you haven't, leave a like, leave a comment, and if you guys are ready for episode 62 and what it in stores, and are you guys excited to see the continuation of Trunks and Black, the fight continue? So again, Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And I will get this done. I'm going to upload it after I upload my episode 61 review. I have that ready. And then I'll have right after, as soon as that one's uploaded, I'll upload this one. But again, I want to say thank you for watching, and you guys have a good night.